What's up, everybody? This is Exo here, and today I'm going to be ranking gloves. I'm going to have some based takes probably that people are not going to like. Let's go ahead and move over to gloves. Let's start off with these right here. What are those called? Brocade Crane. Brocade Crane. Um, yeah, A tier is fine with those. Alright, let's go to the Brocade Flowers, inspect game. These ones, they're I'm gonna have to move those to B tier, in my opinion. All right, now let's check out what's the next one, whatever those are. Garden, driver gloves, garden. Honestly, I actually like these a lot more than the other flower one, because the pattern and stuff isn't solely like stopped once it goes to the fingers. Like the flowers go up the hand. I think that looks really nice, actually, in my opinion. So I'm going to move that to A tier. I'll give it room to move around as I please. Dragon Fist. These look, in my opinion, hideous. I don't like those. I'm going to move those down to C tier. I'm gonna move them to, I'd rather have default, actually, instead of, and we'll move them as I go. Hand sweaters. These ones, honestly, a nice green glove. I think they're kind of nice. I kind of wish the plaid pattern would go past the like onto the fingers and everything. Although they would have to make that a smaller pattern than as big as it is. I think, like if they made it smaller and made it cover all the fabric, I think it would look great. But I'm gonna move those ones to B tier next to flowers actually. And then these Sagahai Sagaya. I don't know. I can't say that. These I saw Oni open these actually on stream today when I was watching them. These ones look cool. I think AeroCS or someone said they're better lunar weaves basically. The coloring is better. I'd say I like that. I'm not a big fan of driver gloves though. I'd say I put them down to C tier. They're not that great. Plum Quill. These ones, as soon as I saw them, I thought those are absolutely hideous. I don't know why would someone want these. Cool, they're purple. They're ugly. I'd go Imperial plaids over those any fucking day. Those I'd rather have default for sure. The Wave Chaser. These ones, I think, look nice. I like these a whole lot. I think they're great gloves. I'm gonna move those ones to S tier. I know people are probably not gonna like some of this, but I don't care. And then we got Big Swell. Big Swell. These ones I really, really enjoy. I think these ones look great. There's some nice gloves for sure. Move those to S tier. I'm gonna go with S tier. I don't care. And then we got the Dick Pattern Black Book. Do we get a dick? Oh, there's no dick pattern. These ones are cool white gloves. You know, if you want to go all white, these are definitely the gloves you want. Like it'd go well with commies or print streams and stuff. Personally, I don't quite like them. I mean, they've got a dick pattern, which is funny, but it's not really something I'd use. I'm moving B tier. Then we've got basically the fat Omega gloves, but specialist gloves. These ones look. I'm not a really fan of that like bar cushioning like it's got going on there. I do not really like that. If this was just flat or a different pattern, I would give it a higher rating in my opinion. But I'm gonna have to move that one down to B. Might bump these down to C actually. All right, and then we've got Cloud Chaser. Wait, did I Wave Chaser? Cloud Chaser? I might have misread earlier. Ooh, these are some nice specialist gloves in my opinion. I'm definitely moving those ones up to S tier for sure. Then Lime Polycam. These are going to be like a budget Emerald Web in my opinion. They're a lot brighter green for sure, like a neon green they've got going on there. It just looks like a cheap plastic thing it's got going on there though. They're mm, those aren't S tier, what are they? I'd say those are A tier for sure. Now the Pillow Chasers, I said I didn't like the bar kind of thing it's got going on there, but that is sole stitching. There's no like uh button in the middle. These honestly I think are some really nice all white gloves. I'm gonna definitely move those to S tier. I'm gonna go back through and chase this because I feel like it's too heavy sided S tier. Like I'm gonna have to bump some stuff down, but I'll do that later. Then sunburst. These ones, if pattern based and there's a centered sun, I think are gonna be really cool. They're like a non marble fade, but marble fade, like it's got the same colors and stuff. I think it's really nice. Those ones I think deserve maybe an A tier. And then the sports glove blaze I think are really cool. Although I do not like the blue lining it's got going on there. I don't know if that's similar to the Blaze Deagle. Let me look this up. I've never had a Deagle Blaze, so I don't quite. Yeah, no. The Desert Eagle Blaze doesn't have the blue lining that one has. I think if they didn't have the blue lining, I'd like it a lot more than I do now. But I'm actually gonna have to drop that down to B tier just for it. And it's two faded looking colors. It's not that great. Then we got the cream pinstripes. These ones kind of remind me of like the Affliction T-shirts you'd see back in like the early 2000s with that like floral like kind of thing that's got going on there. I don't like those. They're C tier. Right, we got Frosty. These I think are a nice blue sports glove. I see people if they like bright waters would love this. It's pretty good. It's not great, but it's still pretty good in my opinion. I'm gonna move that one down to P tier actually. I think that's more fair. Yeah. 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 Okay. And then we've got I'm actually gonna do this a little out of order. Red Racers. These ones are interesting gloves. They kind of come off as worse slingshots in my opinion. So I'm gonna actually move those down to nope. I'm gonna give these yeah, pull that out of there. We're gonna drop some. We're gonna drop that one. And then we're gonna drop no, we'll leave that one there. I already dropped it once. I'm gonna drop that. I think I prefer Marble Fade over those. All right, and then we're gonna go with the weird like woven thing. It kind of reminded me of like Native American like woven blanket kind of stuff it's got going on there. I don't like the material. It though like I just don't like it. It doesn't look great. I'm gonna have to go with those on. I give it B tier. I'll drop those actually. All right, and then we're gonna go down to the, in my opinion, I mean, realistically, I'm probably gonna give this one. This one is definitely getting S tier. I think it looks great. The red and gold, that's getting S tier, and then this one was probably assumed by most people. It is just the like I don't know. It's like Vice gloves, but trop. Or, well, Vice is tropical. It's ooh, these these I think with the right knife would look superb, and I think they look great. I just think the main problem with these gloves is they're not gonna match well with much stuff unless it's just solely pink. Because I mean, like it's like you got cyan, magenta, and yellow. I mean, and purple. They're good gloves. I will give them they're good gloves, but I might actually move them to A tier just because of the fact they're not gonna match well with most stuff. Me do a quick little look through all this and see what I like, where I have it, and what I don't like. These are actually gonna get moved down because they're bad. Um, Same with those. Hmm. Yeah, I think that might be a fair leaderboard or ranking, in my opinion, of these gloves. I mean, they really could be worse. I mean, we could have got more Hydra gloves. I'm so glad we fucking didn't get more Hydra gloves because those are so bad gloves. Driver gloves, I personally am just not a huge fan of driver gloves, like at all. Like a lot of them just don't look good. Sports gloves and specialist gloves, I think, look a lot better. Hand wraps, I also think look better than like some driver gloves. But Yeah, I mean, I'm dogging on Gyro Gloves, yet I pulled Factory King snakes worth 6.5k when I sold them. Uh, like hate on them as much as I can. They did fucking pay me like a lot of money. So, but yeah, this is my ranking of them. Thank you for watching. If you watched this ranking video all the way through, I mean, I doubt you did. I'm probably talking to no one right here, but like and subscribe. I do stream, not often, but I do stream. So check out my Twitch. It's gonna be in the bio. Check out my Discord. Like, subscribe, obviously, and leave a comment for what else you'd like to see me do. Because I don't want to solely do gambling content. It's not my favorite thing to do because it costs money, and I'm not making money on YouTube, so I don't want to do it yet. Maybe if I get like a trading website sponsor again, because I had Skins Monkey at one point, but it wasn't a good deal um, for either one of us. So, yeah. But yeah, thank you for watching and have a good one and good night.